Karla Lala Hayana Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai Hamashiach Wa Malaki by Hashem Harawat Kagorash Rakathum Thawara by Babal Wakwam Yasharala. Double honor to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone who teach us daily, to the men out there teaching a likewise doctrine and say Shalom. Today we're going to get into a video about Margaret Sanger. For those of you who don't know who Margaret Sanger is Bill Gates' grandmother. Margaret Sanger is a tunnel rat. And she started what you would call Planned Parenthood today. Now, this woman was so hell-bent on hating Israelites, she intentionally planted abortion clinics in so-called black and brown neighborhoods. Now, it's beyond obvious that Bill Gates has took up the torch of his grandmama to continue her work. All these little schemes, all this, him slipping this shit in everything, in everyday normal shit. Like, I saw an article just today, that Bill Gates, he is now putting that with that mRNA shit. He putting that shit in the chemtrails now. They spraying that shit from planes now. This man got away with so much shit. First of all, Bill Gates is not a scientist. He's not a doctor. He's not a politician. He knows nothing about computers. He stole that idea. And nobody elected him. So how does he have the liberty to do just whatever the fuck he want to do? And nobody says nothing. Because his grandmama, that's why. His grandmama was a fake JOO. And it's obvious that he's continuing her work, because now he's recommending maggot milk. I mean, where they get this shit from? These are the dumbest people ever created, I promise you. Because despite their intelligence, that's what they call it, they can't get past color. They can't get over their anger. They can't get over their hatred. So that tells me that you do not rule over your emotions. So how are you intelligent? Your emotions lead you. Your emotions rule over you. Because every little hateful idea that comes to mind, you execute it. But then again, they were created to be the wicked. These are Edomites. Now let's get the video real quick. Now check this out.
Planned Parenthood of Greater New York is removing the name of Margaret Sanger, a founder of the national organization, from its Manhattan clinic. The abortion provider says it made the decision because of Sanger's, quote, harmful connections to the eugenics movement. Pro-lifers are responding. In a statement, Susan B. Anthony List says, quote, the next step for Planned Parenthood is recognizing that Margaret Sanger's racist legacy continues today as abortion continues to disproportionately impact minority communities, especially the black community. Joining me now on Skype to talk more about this is Dr. Angela Franks, author of the book Margaret Sanger's Eugenics Legacy and Profession.
Now, before I let this video continue, I want to get a definition of eugenics so that everybody will be able to understand. It says eugenics is the scientifically erroneous and immoral theory of racial improvement and planned breeding, which gained popularity during the early 20th century. Eugenics worldwide believed that they could perfect human beings and eliminate so-called social ills through genetics and heredity. That's not the definition, though. She wants to get rid of Israelites. That's what's her goal. Yeah, they'll soften it up. They'll soften up the definition. But yeah, that was the whole That was the whole idea behind eugenics. Yeah, they want to get rid of Israelites. Now let's let the video play.
Professor of theology at St. John's Seminary in Boston. Dr. Franks, welcome to the show. So glad to have you. Let's start right there with the legacy of Margaret Sanger. For people not familiar with the term eugenics, what exactly is it?
The eugenics movement divided people up into either the so-called fit or unfit based on their genetic health and capability. And
now, if that were the case, if they were looking at different nations' traits as far as strengths and weaknesses, who would be eliminated first? These people, because these are the base men. These are the weaker people. Let's get Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. So that whole shit was just basically made up shit. They made up all this science because if the science was true, how would they find defects in Israelites and none in these Edomites, which means wasted away is he? See, it's all based on a lie because if this science were true, they would discover that Edomites are the weaker vessel. They can't even go out in the goddamn sun. But they're superior for some reason. See what the Bible say, who's most superior. Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power. The Lord thy power has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are on the face of the earth. So how the hell you find some defects in Israelites and not find none in Edomites? This shit is a fucking lie. The whole scheme behind Planned Parenthood was to eliminate Israelites. Now let's see what kind of bullshit gonna come out of her mouth.
Sanger completely bought into that movement. It really had its heyday between the 19-teens and really up through World War II, and she was an active part of that movement.
What are some of the views that Sanger espoused when it came to race?
Yeah, with race, it's a little more complicated. Not all eugenicists were.
Look at that old California raisin. See, but she's superior to Israelites, y'all. Let her tell it. She's the stronger race. Let her tell it. A born leper. Stop it.
Racist, and it's really, we don't have a lot of, I think, absolutely clear evidence. Some people think she definitely was a racist. I'm inclined to think she probably wasn't, but it's very clear that she was a eugenicist, and so that means that that
means she was a murderer. That's all, because there's no such science as eugenics. It's all, they called it eugenics, but it was really a plot to eliminate Israelites, because that science, I just proved that the science was false, based on the fact that Israelites are a superior race, because we were created to be superior. But their science says that they are superior. Let's get 1 Timothy. First Timothy chapter 6, verse 20. O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings and oppositions of science, falsely so called. This shit is not science. Because if it was, they would discover that they are the weaker motherfuckers. But they'll never say that due to their pride. And they're born liars. Says Psalm chapter 58. Let's go.
Considered as unfit people who were poor, people who had physical disabilities or mental or cognitive disabilities, and she considered those people to be, she said at one point, they're like weeds that they shouldn't reproduce, and she considered her work in promoting birth control to be part of promoting a eugenic vision.
If that's the case, why only black and brown neighborhoods then? Seems like the black and brown neighborhoods were targeted. When you agree?
I know the board chair of Planned Parenthood of Greater New York said in a statement that removing Sanger's name actually acknowledges, quote, Planned Parenthood's contributions to historical reproductive harm within communities of color, end quote. What do you know about Planned Parenthood's history in that respect and its impact today on communities of color, especially the African American community?
Yeah, one of the things Planned Parenthood said today is that this is long overdue. And that, I think, maybe is the only thing that I've ever agreed with Planned Parenthood about.
You see what they're trying to do? They're trying to separate themselves from Margaret Sanger's reputation and image, but yet they still continue to murder infants. These people cannot do right, man. Let's get Isaiah chapter 26. Go to chapter 26 real quick. They're going to drop her name because they don't want to be associated with her murderous acts, but yet they still continue to murder. Isaiah chapter 26, verse 10. Let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will they deal unjustly and will not behold the majesty of the Lord. All of this is bullshit and fluff. If you wanted to separate yourself from Margaret Sanger's legacy and her racism, shut down the clinics. But no, they got to get that bread. So no, that's not going to happen because it's the right thing to do. That's why it's not going to happen.
On anything, this is long overdue because Sanger wove into the fabric of Planned Parenthood this eugenic idea that we can just decide that some people should not have children for their benefit and for the benefit of society, and that somehow.
No, the decision really is they get to decide. They due to their pride, they think it's their God-given right to decide who lives or who dies. They really believe that. Sincerely, wholeheartedly, they believe it's their God-given right to decide who lives and who dies. These people are not judges. The Israelites are judges, are the judges of the earth, along with Yahweh, Shemi Hawashai, King David, the 144,000. These people are not judges. These people are vessels fitted for destruction. Thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Bible.
How that's something we get to decide. And the way this cashes out concretely with Planned Parenthood is that you see that they have more clinics in poorer neighborhoods and economically disadvantaged areas.
But yet they increasing in business, they're increasing in wickedness, but they still want to take Margaret Sanger's name off it. What is that accomplishing? You still committing murder. But in their eyes, they're right. I love eating my pride because these are the only stupid motherfuckers in existence who has no problem with lying their way into slavery, lying their way into extermination. But they're intelligent, let them tell it. Okay.
They've said in publications in the past that their target population are people who are impoverished, and that also includes, obviously, racial minorities. They are much.
You see how she put all that fluff on it? Just say the obvious. Just say the obvious. They wanted to murder Israelites, black and brown. She even had the nerve to say that you hear the language, right? Target population. Let's run it back.
That their target population, they have more clinics in poorer neighborhoods and economically disadvantaged areas. They've said in publications in the past that their target population are people who are impoverished, and that also includes, obviously, racial minorities. They are much more present in minority neighborhoods than they are in white neighborhoods. And so I think we see
See, they got more abortion clinics in black and brown neighborhoods than so-called white neighborhoods because they want to eliminate Israelites. And you dumbass Eves take y'all dumbasses down there and do it. The Lord got something for these abortion clinic motherfuckers and you Eves.
Concretely how this eugenic worldview of Sanger's that she wove into the fabric of Planned Parenthood, how that cashes out today.
Well, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your perspective with us. We really appreciate it. Dr. Angela Franks, thank you again.
doctor. See, doctor mean to falsify. Y'all heard the lies. Case closed. Let's get some scriptures. We can start with 2 Maccabees, chapter 7, verse 31. And though that has been the author of all mischief against the Hebrews, shall not escape the hands of Yahweh. Sirach chapter 14, verse 7. And if he doeth good, he do it unwillingly. And at the last, he would declare his wickedness every time. That's why I tell you in Sirach chapter 12, verse 10, never trust thine enemy, for like his iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. But our people trying to find a way to love the enemy. They can't get enough of Esau until they get enough of Esau. Let's go to the book of Psalms, chapter 58, verse 2. Yeah, in heart ye work wickedness, ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. Part of that violence is murdering infants. And y'all seen the gruesome ways an abortion is performed? You got to be inhuman to perform a procedure like that. You got to be inhuman to take your ass in there and have that procedure performed on you. I'm not even going to go into detail about it. Pull up a video on YouTube and watch it and try not to vomit. Here it goes, Psalms 58, verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. I told you these people are born liars, literally. And you just witnessed that. That lady sat her ass up there for 3 minutes and lied, trying to paint eugenics and Planned Parenthood as being a good thing. If it's so good, put it in your own goddamn neighborhoods. Psalm chapter 52, verse 3. Thou lovest evil more than good, and lying rather than to speak righteousness, Salah. Absolutely. Go to Psalm 73. Verse 6. Therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain, violence covers them as a garment. That's their answer for everything, death, until it comes to them. See what I'm saying? And then it's mercy. Okay. Verse 8, they are corrupt, speaking wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. And as far as their pseudoscience spreading through the earth, the lies that they call science, this is why people believe all the Edomites bullshit. Verse 9, they set their mouth against the heavens and their tongue walking through the earth. That media, for one. Number two, them lying ass books they print up. And every other influence they have on education throughout the planet. They just lie. All them textbooks that you had in school, your history book was the biggest liar on the planet. Notice, every time they talk about so-called Black Americans, what do they start? In slavery. But they want you to think that you was always a slave. No. What were you doing before slavery? All that history is in the Bible and Apocrypha. And we were not slaves. We were on top. And we about to be back on top. The Watakaya Yahweh by Shimi Hawashah for that. So we don't know how much more we can take of these people. They is doing the most, literally. Go to Psalm 37. All this because of your fear of Israelites ruling over you. That's going to happen anyway. So you might as well just sit down somewhere, because all your little wicked schemes are going to come to naught. And you the only stupid motherfucker on this planet that will lie your way into slavery. Yep, he's not the sharpest knife in the drawer because he's challenging the Lord. And the Lord said, bet, I accept your challenge. Psalm chapter 37, verse 32, the wicked watcheth the righteous and seeketh to slay him. Psalm chapter 7, verse 14, behold, he travaileth with iniquity and have conceived mischief and have brought forth falsehood, them lies. Verse 16, his mischief shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealing shall come down upon his own pate. And that is alliterated more than in more than one place in the Bible. Galatians chapter 4, you're going to reap what you sow, roughly paraphrasing the scripture. As thou hast done, it shall also be done unto thee, roughly paraphrasing another scripture. It's realliterated all throughout the Bible that everything you've done, you're going to get back double. But yet they proceed to do bullshit wickedness and think it ain't gonna come, think they ain't got to pay for it. Okay. That's the stupidity, the willful ignorance of Edom. Psalms chapter 28, verse 3. Draw me not away with the wicked and with the workers of iniquity, which speak peace to their neighbors, but mischief is in their hearts. Verse 4. Give them according to their deeds and according to the wickedness of their endeavors. Give them after the work of their hands, render to them their desert. Jazz. Just reiterated again that everything you did, you're going to get back double, bitch. I don't care if you is dead. When you are reborn into captivity, matter of fact, let me write something real quick. Salakia. I just had to circle this verse. Very powerful. All right, let's go. Now we on Psalm still. Oh, let's go to Obadiah. Okay. Verse 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. Oh, yes. Let's keep going. Verse 9. And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. Verse 10. For the violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Verse 15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen, as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. Verse 16. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, you took advantage of the Israelites. All you nations, not just Esau, not just the ton of rats, all you nations. So shall all the heathen drink continually. Yeah, they shall drink. Notice it said all the heathen, not some. They shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. Because there's never been a time in history where 17 nations go into captivity. Not yet, but it's coming. Verse 17, but upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. Everything you stole, you got to run that, plus some. Verse 18, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it. Don't matter what you do, you still gonna end up in the same spot. Slavery. extermination. Verse 21, and saviors shall come up on Mount Zion to judge the mount of Esau, and the kingdom shall be the Lord's, not yours. Go to Jeremiah. Chapter 49. Verse 10, but I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, his neighbor, and he is not. That's because he's the one doing the spoiling. Spoil means to rob. Trying to hide their wickedness behind some shit called eugenics. Now, you just want to murder Israelites, bitch. Verse 16, thy terribleness have deceived thee, and the pride of thine heart, O thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, that holdest the height of the hill. Though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down from thence, saith the Lord. And that's a status symbol. I mean, that's it's referencing status. They on top right now. The Lord gonna bring them down from thence. Let's go to Isaiah, chapter 29, verse 15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth us, who knoweth us? They so stupid, they think the Lord don't see what they doing. Of course he knows what you're doing. He put it on your spirit to do it, fool. But they think, oh, he can't see. Okay. The Lord's eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. He got angels everywhere watching everything. But this stupid motherfucker think he getting away with some shit. Okay. Isaiah chapter 32, verse 7. The instruments also of the churl are evil. He devises wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words. That's pseudoscience, lying words. Even when the needy speak it right, they don't care. That shows you right there, regardless. If they want to do wickedness, they're going to do it. That's the very definition of unfit to rule. Isaiah chapter 59, verse 7. Their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed innocent blood. Their thoughts are thoughts of iniquity. Wasting and destruction are in their paths. Esau ain't never, only thing Esau created was a patent office to legally steal your shit. Just because something's legal does not mean it is righteous. Go to the book of Jeremiah. But everything else he destroys. It's in his nature to be a wild beast. Look at his history. Has he not demonstrated beast-like behavior in his past? Oh, yes. Because his genetics is not too far from a beast. Right up under Esau, there starts the animal kingdom. Jeremiah chapter 13, verse 23, can the Ethiopian change his skin or the leopard his spots? Then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil. We know that's not going to happen. They were not created to do righteous. They were created to do wickedness. And they cannot change the program. Let's go to the book of Exodus, chapter 1. We'll start at verse 7. And the children of Israel were fruitful and increased abundantly and multiplied and waxed exceedingly mighty, and the land was filled with them. Verse 8. Now there arose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph. Verse 9. And he said unto his people, behold, the people of the children of Israel are more mightier than we. But their pseudoscience eugenics bullshit says that they are stronger and we're weaker. But what did this verse just say? Along with Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. I'll read it again. Verse 9. And he said unto his people, behold, the people of the children of Israel are more mightier than we. I thought we were the weaker vessel, though. No, that's you. Verse 10, come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when there fall out any war, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land. See, Esau's always scared of all that wickedness he was going to have to pay for. That's his worst nightmare, paying for his wickedness. He think all he gonna do is bam, just grab the 38 out the desk drawer and then end his life, and then he ain't got to pay back shit. No, that's not how it works, son. You coming back to the planet to be judged. You ain't escaping judgment by committing suicide, fool. Job chapter 15, verse 35. They conceive mischief and bring forth vanity, and their belly prepare deceit. Let's go to the book of Daniel. Chapter 8, verse 25. And through his policy also, he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. Them lies. Oh, this is science. No, this is murder. That's what it is. By peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. Your arms are too short to box with God, but watch these idiots still try to fight the Lord in World War III. Second Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. That Satan should get an advantage of us, we're not ignorant of his devices. No, it's not science. It's murder, bitch. And you're going to have to pay for that. Everybody involved, all these abortion doctors, these are not doctors, these are murderers. Doctors cure, bring forth life. What are they curing in abortion clinics? They're destroying life. So they're not doctors. They're murderers. Y'all better see this shit for what it is and not what Esau says it is. They ain't healing shit in abortion clinics. They are taking life. Proverbs chapter 26. We'll start at 23. Burning lips and a wicked heart are like a potsherd covered with silver dross. Verse 24. He that hateth dissembleth with his lips, and layeth up deceit within him. Them lies. Verse 25. When he speaketh fair, believeth him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart. 7 means completion. That means he's completely wicked. Verse 26. Whose hatred is covered by deceit, his wickedness shall be showed before the whole congregation. Now they're trying to separate themselves from her wicked ass. Y'all still performing the same acts. Y'all wicked too. Just because y'all took her name off the door, that don't mean shit. But we talking about Edomites, so it's understandable why they do the dumb shit they do. Verse 27, whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth a stone, it shall return upon him. There it go again. It's reiterating, paraphrasing the scripture. You gonna reap what you sowed. Everything you did, you gonna get back double. Verse 28, a lying tongue hated those that are afflicted by it. So if he lying about you or lying on you, he hates you. And for some reason, they can't keep our name out their mouth. The blacks, the blacks, the blacks. Fuck y'all worried about us so tough for? Because y'all know who we are. And y'all know ass whoopings are coming soon to a city near you. Verse 28, a lying tongue hateth those that are afflicted by it, and a flattering mouth worketh ruin. The Lord get that green light, baby. Ass whoopings will be distributed. It ain't shit you gonna be able to do about it. Proverbs chapter 6, verse 16. These 6 things doth the Lord hate, yet 7 are an abomination unto him. Verse 17. A proud look, a lying tongue, and hands to shed innocent blood. Verse 18. A heart that deviseth wicked imaginations, feet that be swift in running to mischief. Verse 19. A false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord among brethren. These are not guilty of all this and more? Jazz. Mm-hmm. You ain't got away with nothing, homie. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 16. For their feet run to evil, they make haste to shed blood. Yep. Let's go to the book of Job. Chapter 13. Verse 4, but ye are forgers of lies, ye are all physicians of no value, because all the doctors do is lie. Doctor mean to falsify. Where's your value if all you do is lie? I saw a meme today and it said, if your word ain't shit, you ain't shit. I agree wholeheartedly. Now we in the book of Ecclesiastes and the Apocrypha. We're gonna go to chapter 8 first, verse 11. That ain't it. Salaki. Let me go to 10. Verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches gotten by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. So yeah, y'all ain't got too much time left. Let me see what chapter 14 do. Okay, this is Sirach chapter 14, verse 7. And if he doeth good, he do it unwillingly. And at the last, he will declare his wickedness. Oh, there's some science. That ain't no science, lady. That's murder. What's scientific about taking lives? Verse 8, the envious man had a wicked eye. He turneth away his face and despiseth men. Mm-hmm. They hate the Israelites. They hate everybody. They hate themselves. How can you fix that? You can't. You got to get rid of them. Because as long as Esau is alive, racism is alive. The only way to get rid of racism, get rid of Esau. Because this little simple bitch can't see past color for shit. Or at least he wants you to think that he can't see past color. So he controls the narrative always. No. And that's a Edomite tactic 101, straight out they playbook. They can't get the upper hand in a discussion, argument, well, not even argument, conversation. They will turn nothing into something in an attempt to control the narrative. Prime example, the alphabet people. You tell them in some way that you ain't with it, and what they do. Oh, you're homophobic. No, that ain't it. Y'all just abominations. And the Lord told us to stay the fuck away from y'all. But see how they try to turn it into I'm homophobic, toxic masculinity. That's what I mean by them attempting to turn nothing into something to control the narrative. We ain't having that shit. We just gonna cut you with scripture until you leave. Sirach chapter 12, verse 17. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee every time. You don't believe it? Ask the cats down in Tuskegee when they took them injections. Ask all the dead people that died from the jab. Let me see what else. Okay, let's go back to Psalms 11. Psalm chapter 49, verse 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. This man think regardless what he does, he gonna always be in rulership. Because of Psalm chapter 14, verse 1, the fool has said in his heart, there is no Yahweh, roughly paraphrasing the scripture. Go to Psalms chapter 5, verse 9. For there is no faithfulness in their mouth, their inward part is very wickedness. Their throat is an open sepulchre. They flatter with their tongue. Nothing but lies with their tongue to influence people to believe them. Remember, you empower Esau when you believe his lies. You don't believe his lies and call him out on his bullshit. He is powerless. But y'all scared. Y'all scared of Esau. Psalms 31. Matter of fact, you call him out on his bullshit, you strip him of his power. You take it. Psalm chapter 31, verse 18, let the lying lips be put to silence, which speak grievous things proudly and contemptuously against the righteous. What did they say about the righteous? We were the weaker people, and we need to be exterminated. Bible says something total opposite. Psalms chapter 94, verse 21. Yeah, they want to exterminate Israelites. Not, it ain't got nothing to do with science. It's about them trying to steal back their birthright. But it ain't gonna happen. Because it's not written. Psalm chapter 94, verse 21, they gathered themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemned the innocent blood. Verse 23, well, we go 22, but the Lord is my defense, and my power is the rock of my refuge. Verse 23, and he shall bring upon them their own iniquity, and shall cut them off in their wickedness. Yeah, the Lord our God shall cut them off. It's alliterated once again. You're not going to be successful. Well, you're going to be successful in going into slavery. Psalm chapter 37. Verse 12, the wicked plotteth against the just and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. Gnashing upon him with his teeth is great force. Part of that force, police department. Go to Micah chapter 2 and 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. Because the earth was given to the hand of the wicked. Job chapter 9, verse 24. Now, let's go to the Apocrypha. Let's go to the rest of Esther. Chapter 13, verse 5. Seeing then, we understand that this people, these are Edomites or heathens talking about Israelites. Seeing then, we understand that this people, alone and is continually in opposition unto all men. Now, it's talking about the Edomites, Salaki. So this is basically the perspective of Israelites talking about Edomites. Sorry, I got that backwards. Seeing then, we understand that this people is continually in opposition unto all men, differing in a strange manner of their laws, and evil affected to our state, working all the mischief they can, that our kingdom may not be firmly established. See, abortion clinics just popping up in black and brown neighborhoods, that's mischief. And then they give you a bullshit reason why. Well, you eating my something else, bro. I'll tell you that. Never seen nothing like you. And after you exterminated, I hope we never do see nothing like you again. 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 9. You already know what it is. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. All day. Now let's go to chapter 8, verse 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them in the latter time, shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. Yeah, that's a prideful act. Well, we could just murder them, you know. Good. And that's as far as it went. That's how the conversation started and stopped, I bet you. Esau's simple like that. He's led by his emotions, not by logic. He's worse than Eve. Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7. And the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemy and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. Everything you did, you're getting back double, homie. Lamentation chapter 4. Verse 22. Well, we started 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup shall also pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunk, and thou shalt make thyself naked. What's in that cup? Cup of slavery, baby. And you ain't even getting no ice. Don't get him no ice. Let him drink it hot. Shit. Verse 22. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. That's that's basically why all Edom bullshit is being put on blast on the world stage. This is the Lord visiting Esau. Yep, a cup of slavery. No ice, baby. Drink it hot. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 21. prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers. And in this case, his grandma. That they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. That means your population is going to severely decline. It's as if it ain't already on the ropes already. See all that little shit you plotted against us? It backfired on you. What happened when you planted crack in our neighborhood? The Lord got y'all back. When y'all tried to introduce us to opioids, it backfired and took out a whole generation, multiple generations. All the people that's supposed to be having babies now and 5 years ago, they are dead due to the opioids or the jab. So now all you got is old people, too old to have children. It's a gap because you got old people and you got young ass people. I'm talking about in single digits. Opioids wiped out everybody in between that's supposed to be having babies. You see what the Lord meant when he said, roughly paraphrasing the scripture, it shall return upon your own head, roughly paraphrasing, yeah. It backfired, E. And you ain't through, all your little wicked schemes ain't done. All of them you got in the works, they still got some backfiring to do. That's the Lord throwing monkey wrenches in your shit because it's prophesied for you to go into captivity, not for you to win. It's not prophesied for the Israelites to be done away with. It's prophesied for your ass to be done away with. Isaiah chapter 34, verse 8. For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion. Yeah, the Lord finna come holler at y'all in a big way. Go to Psalms chapter 137. Verse 8, O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. See, the Lord all about payback. Verse 9, happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. Remember alligator bait? We ain't forgot. The Lord ain't forgot. The Lord is all about payback. He is the God of war. And I ain't talking about no PlayStation game. The Lord Yahweh is his name, roughly paraphrasing the scripture. The Lord is all about payback, but he's going to let you build your iniquity first so he can be justified in destroying you. Joel chapter 3. Here you go again. Verse 4. Yeah, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coasts of Palestine? Will ye render me a recompense? You gonna pay me back for what you did to my people? How can you? You can't. And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head? See, Lord, all about payback. Verse 5. Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. You did what you wanted to with the Israelites. That's the Lord's gold and his silver. You took advantage of the Israelites. You think he cool with that? And all his goodly pleasant things? He talking about his people. Verse 6. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. Verse 7. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and return your recompense upon your own head. That payback. How he gonna pay you back? Verse 8. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah. Who's Judah? So-called Black Americans, baby. and they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people far off, for the Lord hath spoken it. It's over, baby. If the Lord spoke it, there's nothing you can do to change it. Go to Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 15. Okay, Salaki, I was reading up. And thou didst rejoice at the inheritance of the house of Israel, because it was desolate. So will I do unto thee. Thou shalt be desolate, O Mount Seir, and all Idumea. Idumea is Greek for Edom. Even all of it, and they shall know that I am the Lord. He is all about payback. You better put on that James Brown song, The Big Payback. Doo, doo, doo. Yeah, it's coming. And ain't shit you can do about it. See the beauty of this book? Y'all think y'all had it sold up, then you eat them. No, man, you just didn't know the Lord is real. He about to show you. He been showing you all along. There's prophecies popping off the pages left and right. Obadiah chapter 1, verse 10, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Let me see something else. Isaiah. See? Isaiah chapter 47, verse 3, talking about Edom. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. See how the Lord about that payback? Verse 4, as for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Not all, not whosoever. Go to Isaiah 63. Verse 4. For the day of vengeance is in mine heart, and the year my redeemed is come. Redeemed mean revenge. We told y'all the Lord is a man of war. This is a man of vengeance. He all about to get back. So you dumbass Edomites, y'all think y'all got away some shit? No. No. You need to be padding your asses with toilet paper or something, because it's about to go down when he pull up. And ain't nobody taking no mercy on y'all asses, neither. And I speak like this because I have faith. I speak like this because I know every word in that book is true. And I pray, Yahweh Ratazah, I get to partake in the ass whoopings. Even if not, I'm still cool with it because I know my brother's going to get y'all asses. Isaiah chapter 63. Oh, we already got that one. Let's go to 47. Oh, we got that one too. All right, let's go to Ezekiel chapter 35, 25. We can close on that. You already knew. Start of verse 12. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because that Edom have dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and have greatly offended and revenged themselves upon them. Verse 13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, I will also stretch out mine hand upon Edom, and I will cut off man and beast from it, and they will make it desolate from teeming, and there the done shall fall by the sword. Verse 14. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel. And they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to mine fury, and they shall know my vengeance. There's the word again. Vengeance, payback, saith the Lord Yahweh. Verse 17. And I will execute great vengeance upon them with furious rebukes, and they shall know that I am the Lord when I shall lay my vengeance upon them. There it is. Vengeance once again. The Lord is about that payback. Margaret Sanger, you done fucked up. You done set your grandson Bill Gates set up to be a slave right along with your old crusty ass. Y'all ain't got away with nothing. You want to eliminate the weaker vessel. You should have told your nation to jump off the cliff then. But that's all right, though. Y'all gonna get real strong in captivity, goddammit. Call all Imlala Hay now with Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah Hamash Yat Wa Malaki by Hashem Harawat Wakakwarash Barakathum, the water Baba Bawa Kwam Yasharala. Shalom.